有一块草地，来了一群羊，请猜一种水果，知道答案吗？欢迎大家到破解中文，我是宇鹏。今天我们要学习一个谜语。Hey everybody, welcome to Cracking Chinese. I'm Carl, and today we want to take you through a Chinese riddle that you can use as your next party trick. So, let's get cracking. 让我们开始吧。Four parts to this riddle, so let's go through the whole thing in Chinese and then let's break it down. So, the first part. 有一块草地，来了一群羊，请猜一种水果。答案呢？草莓。So, the second part. 有一块草地，来了一群羊，又来了一群狼，请猜一种水果。答案呢？杨梅。So, the third part. 有一块草地，来了一群羊，又来了一群狼，但狼没吃羊，为什么呢？请猜一种海洋生物。答案呢？虾。So the last part. 有一块草地，来了一群羊，又来了一群狼，羊都惊叫了，但狼还没吃羊，为什么呢？请猜一种海洋生物。答案呢？龙虾。So if you've got any idea what we're talking about, well, let's break it down and go through it section by section. So each part of the riddle starts with 有一块草地. So that means that there's a piece of grass, a grassland, a lawn, a meadow, whatever the case may be. And then 来了一群羊, along comes a flock of sheep. And then you're asked to guess a fruit. That's the riddle. 请猜一种水果. So the answer, if you remember, was 草莓, which is strawberries. So why is strawberries the answer to the riddle? Well, this has to do with Chinese homophones. A Chinese homophone, if you remember from our other videos, is same pronunciation, same tones, but different characters, different meaning. So, 草 means grass, 莓 can mean not have, to not have any, from 没有. So, 草莓, there's no grass left. Why? Because the sheep ate all the grass. Okay, so moving on to the second part of the riddle. If you remember, along also comes a pack of wolves. 又来了一群狼. And then you have to guess a fruit. 请猜一种水果. So what's the answer this time? The answer, if you remember, is 杨梅. So why is it 杨梅? 杨梅, this is a little bit harder because that's not a common fruit in the West. It's a Chinese strawberry or a red bayberry. That's the translation of 杨梅. That's the fruit that we're talking about. But obviously, yang can also be sheep, and may, same as the first part of the riddle, to not have. So yang may, there's no sheep left. Why? Because the wolves ate all the sheep. So the riddle in its third part changes slightly. You've got the grass, you've got the sheep, you've got the wolves, but dan lang may 吃羊, but the wolves don't eat the sheep. Why? 为什么？请猜一种海洋生物. So please guess a marine animal as the answer to the riddle. So what's the answer? It was 虾. 虾 is shrimp, but it can also mean to be blind. So the wolves don't eat the sheep because they're blind. And then in its final iteration, there's another detail added, and that is that you've got the grass, you've got the sheep, you've got the wolves. The sheep all bleat out or cry out in fear. 羊都惊叫了. But the wolves still don't eat the sheep. And then you have to guess a marine animal again. And what's the answer? 龙虾. What's a 龙虾? It's a lobster. But it can also mean different characters to be deaf and blind. So although the sheep are bleating out in fear, the wolves still don't eat the sheep because they're both deaf and blind. So there you have it, a Chinese riddle that you can use to impress your friends. That's a bit random, admittedly, but quite clever use there of Chinese homophones. So what other Chinese riddles do you know? Please let us know down in the comments below. And as usual, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you next time. 谢谢大家，再见，加油。